Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs. From outrageous owners to dodgy decor.
Woohoo! Shagpile heaven.
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
That is filthy.
Or her quest for perfection.
I don't want to go. It'll be the end.
The reality is, darling, this is the business we're in.
This week, it's back to the Dark Ages in Devon.
Come, warm yourself at my medieval hearth. It's a joke.
It's the time element.
Darling, all you've got is sodding time. You're not busy.
Their business is going to go down the tubes, and their livelihood with it, and their home with it.
The situation's getting worse than ever now.
The 14-bedroom Merlin Court hotel in the seaside town of Ilfracombe. Owned and run by the Shears family. 59-year-old Mike his wife, Helen,
It's quite a lot to do.
and their daughter, Karina,
Dad, there's a leak in the shower.
mum to 2-year-old Samuel. The family bought the Merlin 13 years ago and immediately set about conjuring up Ilfracombe's answer to Camelot.
We decided that we would give it a Gothic feel based on the Avalon theme.
It is medieval because it's got fleur-de-lis on it. It just makes it a bit more ambience.
We play medieval music through the speakers.
We do a chicken Guinevere, which we've named it after the hotel because it's medieval, which is nice.
King of the castle is Dad Mike, who dedicates his every waking hour to the hotel.
He gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, most mornings.
Take all the telephone calls. Hello, Monaco Hotel, Mike speaking.
He does all the maintenance on the buildings.
The gardening. I'm front of house. Yeah, it's a beautiful coastline, so we will enjoy it. And I also do a lot of the cooking. I'll do the breakfast and I'll wait tables in the morning. Thank you very much.
But Mike complains that not all the family share his work ethic.
I sort of feel like I've had enough, really.
Particularly daughter Karina, who, with her son Sam, moved back into the family home 2 years ago after separating from her husband.
I decided, well, let's work with Mum and Dad, and it went quite well for a little while.
Problem with a family business is, you've got no way really of sacking a family member.
That's a bit of a bone of contention between us all. If it's busy and they need help, then I help.
Mike had hoped the hotel would provide a future for his family and pay for his and Helen's retirement. But instead, the debts and bad reviews have piled up and occupancy rates have nosedived.
It's probably down in single figures, say 7%, something like that. Pretty dreadful, really. If it doesn't succeed, it'll just have to be sold off for a pittance, basically, and that would be, really upsetting.
Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has run some of the most exclusive establishments in the world. Can she make the Merlin the stuff of legend?
Gosh, well, I'm trying to think how I would describe this decor, apart from old-fashioned. That is a really nasty statuette. There's just too much stuff. There's no room to breathe. What on earth does this add to the room? That is what I'd like to know. What do the teddies add to the room? Nothing. They just didn't have anywhere else to put it, so it's ended up here. See, I'm already angry and I haven't got past the entrance yet.
It's a poor first impression, not helped by Alex's experiences before she'd even arrived.
Hello? Mike?
Hello, yes, I'm
Hi.
Mike.
Alex, Polizzi.
You phoned us all right?
Yes, I did.
Good,
I had a
yeah.
little bit of a hiccup because I tried to call you the other night and I couldn't get through to you because although the phone rang, then there was just a message saying the person you've called is unavailable.
Oh, sorry about that, yes. Really what should have happened is my daughter being here, actually sort of in the building, should have been taking care of it rather than me.
So it's her fault.
It is really.
Good,
Definitely.
okay, as long as we have someone to blame, that's fine.
Yeah.
To try and find out where the Shears family are going wrong, Alex will stay the night.
There we are.
And for his special guest, Mike's reserved his premier room.
Well, it's certainly quite over the top.
Well, thank you. Yes, it was at the time we needed the wow factor, so we picked the border and then we decorated the room to sort of tone in with the border. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Well, thank you very much, Mike.
No worries.
All right, lovely.
Thank you.
Bye. I don't know where to begin. I mean, who on earth has ever heard of decorating a room around a border? I mean, apart from the fact that nobody in their right mind would put crimson red and emerald green on one wall together, there are so many decorating faux pas that he has completely ripped up the decorating manual and invented his own. This green painted frame that's emphasising what exactly? The picture behind the wardrobe. I mean, Merlin. It may give some young boy a stiffy, the idea of coming to an Arthurian-themed hotel, but any adult normally that I know would run a mile. That is, unless they're into the whole dressing up thing.
The hotel has 14 bedrooms, all en suite, with prices up to £75 per night, bed and breakfast.
Well, this idea of decorating according to the colours that are in a border, this is why it's such a wrong idea. It's just an ugly combination. It astonishes me that a hotel can still have a bedroom like this and survive.
But a greater horror lurks behind the door of room 1, now used for storage.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's been ruined already. And it's never even been put up. Look. This mess, what value is anything in here to anybody anymore? This is pure laziness.
Further frustrations await along the corridor.
Oh, God. I feel really sorry for Helen and Mike because they are lagging so far behind. How they manage to keep going, I have no idea. I know that in this town, for £70 a night, you can get a lot better than this. There is not one nice thing in any of the rooms I've looked at. If you want your wife to divorce you, bring her here for a sexy weekend. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to suggest to them. I think this is about as dire as you can get.
The struggling Merlin Court Hotel in Ilfracombe, run by Mike Shears, his wife Helen, and daughter Karina. With occupancy rates plunging into single figures, they've called on renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi to help save their business from disaster. She's been less than impressed with the Merlin's medieval motif, and after a comfortable night's sleep, more decorating delights await her as she heads to breakfast.
Come, warm yourself at my medieval hearth. I mean, it's a joke. Let's roast a suckling pig or two. It's ridiculous.
So will the most important meal of the day have better taste?
One of my specialities is breakfast, yes. Yeah, people seem to enjoy it.
Is that coffee, do you think? Thank you, Don.
Alex's breakfast that she's having today is going to be, she's going to be pleased with it, I think.
Yeah.
That doesn't look very appealing, does it, somehow? Wouldn't order it again, let's put it that way. Don't think I'll eat it, actually. And very, very salty bacon. This is just a breakfast that you don't get anymore because we all try harder. It's as if they're caught in a time warp. Mike, I'd like to know whether in the 13 years that you've been here, you've changed your food offering at breakfast very much.
Yeah, well, we just increased the number of cereals that we offer, but really the breakfast has stayed the same. And the reason for that is really we've never had any sort of adverse comments about breakfast, to be quite honest.
No, darling, but it's the world has moved on.
Yeah.
There's never been a complaint, so you keep your breakfast the same for 13 years. He might not have had a complaint, but the fact that his occupancy rate is in single figures could have possibly have suggested to him that there were things that he could be doing better than he is to try and attract some of those customers back. He's not a kind of dynamic force of nature, is he? He's kind of quite kind and sweet and nice, probably rather ineffectual. Karina clearly doesn't do much around the place, and I'm not sure what Helen does either.
Bending all the time, I get a bit of a bad back.
I do love the place, but I don't like all the work, really. I'm so busy with my child, and Mum's kind of lost a bit of, enthusiasm for the place. So my dad has to work quite hard to get us going sometimes.
With their business and home on the line, it's clear to Alex that the Shears family are in need of some tough love. She gathers them together at the Merlin's round table to lay out her ideas for the salvation of the seaside hotel.
I think, you need a shaking up. In fact, I think you all need a good kind of rattling and say, come on.
First on her hit list, their pride and joy, the decor, which Alex feels needs radically updating.
So the medieval theme. I think possibly it's time to accept that not everyone else likes it as much as you. I mean, this isn't a particularly inviting room to sit in, I have to say, and we could make much more of it.
Alex wants the Shears to cut the Camelot theme and clear out the clutter. She also thinks the creation of a new room could tap into an overlooked customer base.
I think you must tap into the family market. I would like, though, to see you do what every other hotel that wants to tap into the family market does, and that is provide a playroom.
Next, the Merlin's breakfast, currently stuck in the dark ages.
It's disappointing to me and inexplicable that you've just gone on churning out the same old thing. You watch television, you read the newspapers. What are the words everyone talks about? They talk about local, they talk about organic, they talk about food miles, they talk about...
What you're saying really, that the menu's at fault to a great extent.
Well, the menu and the ingredients.
Finally, with the business on the line, she wants the whole family to raise their game and start working as a team.
So room number 1, it is a junk room, and that is a sign to me of just how lazy the whole operation has become.
It's the time element.
But darling, all you've got is sodding time. You're not busy. What do you have except 2 hands and time? I suggest that you do a rota. And I include you in this because while you live under this roof, you have to pull your weight, darling. You've been very quiet during this process, Mike. I was hoping for a bit more of a fight from you.
You know, what you've suggested is fine, really.
I don't want it's fine, because that is actually not what I'm looking for. It is going to be a lot of effort to do this.
Yeah, of course.
So it's either, yes, that is a good idea, let's give it a go, or no, actually, leave us as we are because I'd rather things were like this.
Fine was perhaps the wrong word to use, really. Yeah, she thought I was not totally committed to what she was suggesting, and that wasn't the case. It was just really a poor choice of words. Yeah. It's going to be banished from my vocabulary from now on, that word.
With Alex's plan ringing in his ears, Mike heads off in search of local suppliers in an effort to perk up his puny sausage.
I haven't seen such a depressing, dingy offering for years. He just has to get on and move with the times.
These are the ones that are ready to go in the shop now.
Yeah.
He also sets about the DIY like a man possessed. Opening up space for a new playroom at one end of the dining room. Meanwhile, Helen makes a slightly less enthusiastic effort at decluttering.
I don't want to get rid of too much because it's the sort of character of the place.
Of course, I'm really worried Helen isn't going to bite the bullet and get rid of all the tat around the place.
Well, I like the fireplace. I don't see that there's anything wrong with it.
She has to accept that most of what it's doing is trapping the dust.
Some of the silk flowers, I've just bought those literally not long ago. They're like real roses. I'm not going to get rid of things like that, so. I don't think there's anything too offensive with candles.
As for creating a rota to spread the workload more evenly, it's not quite the sea change that Alex or Mike had been hoping for.
I'm doing 12 hours a week, and my mum, it's similar with her really. And with Dad, I've just literally put that he's working from 6 in the morning till 6 at night, Monday through to Sunday, you know, all day, every day.
The imbalance is threatening to drive a wedge between father and daughter.
The situation's getting worse than ever now. I can only see 2 outcomes, really. One is that everybody pulls together and we become a family in all ways, or that we become totally estranged from one another.
The Merlin Court Hotel in the seaside town of Ilfracombe, run by the Shears family. Dad Mike had hoped the hotel would provide a future for his family and an income for his retirement. But after 13 years, the Merlin has lost its magic. Occupancy rates are in single figures, and they've been hit hard by bad reviews.
Those stupid tosses that came and...
Yeah.
In desperation, they've called on the help of renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi, who set them the challenge of transforming their cluttered, Gothic-themed hotel into a first-rate family B&B. She wants a new playroom created. The dated decor deleted.
Some of the flowers I've got rid of, which I'm going to dump in a bag and send to the charity shop.
And the flaccid breakfast uplifted.
These are cooking up lovely. Nice and even. Hopefully she'll be very impressed.
2 months after laying out her plan, Alex is back, anticipating big changes.
I'm expecting to be wowed by the breakfast. I'm expecting a lot of the Arthurian junk and the extraneous objects to have disappeared. But most of all, I'd like to see that Helen and Karina are taking on their share of the work.
Put the kettle on.
And relieving some of the responsibilities from Mike's shoulders.
like to take a
Thanks,
seat
darling.
there, Alex?
First to come under the hotel inspector's scrutiny is Mike's new and improved breakfast.
All in the wrist meat, like that, okay? The new sausage seems to swell up in the pan. Comes larger and larger as time goes on. So that's excellent.
This is a mess. I wonder if they only did it this morning, because I cannot understand why on earth you would have me faced with this.
Oh, shall I do that? Because I know where it goes. I've got a certain system how I lay it all out.
Alex,
Thank you.
enjoy it.
That looks like a very nice plateful and a much more decent sausage.
It's handmade in Barnstable from a local supplier in Ilfracombe. It's farm eggs.
It is a farm egg,
they're
good.
delivered fresh as soon as they're laid from the farm. We get them delivered.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. I shall look forward to
Yeah.
trying it. Thank you. That is a huge improvement, believe me. All this looks quite nice, and Mike seems quite proud of it. So he's done his bit. I wonder if the girls have been quite so proactive.
Alex finds her answer next door.
Oh, I mean, what a bloody mess. Oh my God! Please tell me that wasn't bought new. It's worse than what was there before. I mean, you know, I'm speechless. I left them with the plan to declutter. I'm not entirely sure they understood what I was talking about.
The future of the Merlin Court is on the line, and the family have failed to take the decisive action Alex had hoped for. Even Mike's new playroom can't make up for the clutter.
This is a great idea. It's fab, but completely ruined by the effect that the rest of the room has on me. What am I going to say to them to make them understand what is at stake here?
The Shears family are in danger of losing their home and livelihoods. Alex calls a crisis meeting.
I have to say, all in all, I'm pretty disappointed with what I found today. Great, you've started clearing out a bit, but not as much as you could have done.
No, okay.
The breakfast has been started, but how long does it take to put a bloody menu on a computer? You've done the kiddie playroom, but everything's a sodding mess. It has been 4 weeks since you last had a guest here. It has been 2 months since I last visited you. I don't know what you've been doing in this time, darlings.
Well, we'd looked at the list of things we had to do, and we've done all of the things that were asked. And I've been poorly in my defence, actually, in the last few weeks, but I don't suppose that's a very good excuse, but I have.
The problem that Queen has got really is she doesn't see the big picture so well. So she's got a good life here. She's got, you know, people that look after Sammy, love Sammy, and we support her. But she isn't supporting us back, really. That's the way I feel about it, really.
Do you think that's unfair?
I don't know. I'm trying to stay here to help my family, that's all. And I know that I might not be the best of help, but I'm still kind of here to save my dad having to pay someone else, and I know that I don't pull my weight enough. That is a fact, I know that.
My only interest is trying to keep this business so that you have a house over your heads and you have some way of surviving. Grass the nettle, darling. You know, you've got me here not very long. I think, yes, I probably was a bit more brutal than I would usually be. But the reality is, their business is going to go down the tubes, and their livelihood with it, and their home with it. But I hope that somehow we've turned a corner and that this is actually going to make a difference.
Comes to a head, doesn't it, after a while? Alex wants to see you know, driving enthusiasm from us all now, and you know, that's what that's what she'll get.
With the family's assurance that they'll raise their game, Alex has come up with a plan to drag their occupancy rates out of single figures. She wants to hold a kids' fun day at the hotel to promote their family-friendly facilities, as well as inviting 3 families to stay the night, who, if impressed, might write some much-needed positive reviews. But there's a long way to go before Alex is ready to open up Merlin Court to public scrutiny. Step 1, get the Shears family working as a team. She's sending them out on a mission.
So, I would like 3 projected itineraries. So if someone came and stayed here for a long weekend, let's say, with their kids, what they could do for 3 days. So basically do all the thinking for people, okay?
Yeah.
Bye! Have fun!
And while they're away, Alex can take matters into her own hands.
I am very excited about doing this. Just the money they must have spent on scatter pillows is bonkers. I mean, please, why would you do that? Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Alex has decided drastic action is required. She intends to thoroughly declutter the hotel and then completely redesign the dining room and play area, obliterating the gloomy Gothic theme.
This is a goner, and this has got to go.
Meanwhile, the family are investigating what Ilfracombe has to offer in the way of family fun.
So we've got the aquarium, just
yeah.
down up here. We've got the tunnels.
Right, yeah, super.
Who thinks that that is pretty? Use it to beat Mike with.
What about the cinema? Is there any films for children at all?
We don't actually run as a cinema anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Oh, I didn't know
we
that.
haven't done that for a couple of years. But
I really hope that Helen, Mike and Karina are having a nice day out, first of all, but also that they're remembering why people come to Ilfracombe. People don't just come here to stay with them, they come here to have fun.
Once Alex has vanquished the Merlin's knickknacks, her decorating team materialise.
I keep thinking about the fact that they chose to decorate their rooms according to the borders that they chose, which, you know, that's the first time I've been surprised in a long time by anything anyone said.
In addition to the dining room and play area, Alex also wants to make over one of the depressing bedrooms to provide an inexpensive template for the family to follow.
Now, they obviously have no taste. They definitely need my help to show them what to do in a room, to see what a proper modern bedroom should look like. And they've got no money, so I've got to do it on the cheap. But actually, I think that will be doing them a favour because there'll be no extra cash to buy more crap. Like this.
But what will Mike, Helen and Karina make of the new look Merlin, purged of their own personal taste?
Wow, look at this.
Wow.
Alex and her team have practiced their alchemy, turning Merlin Court's dining room from dingy and cramped with Camelotian clutter to a light, bright and breezy eating space, much more befitting the seaside establishment.
Is it the same room? That's what I want to know.
No, totally different, isn't
It
it?
is.
One half of the old dining room has become a chic new lounge.
We think we're quite good at interior design, don't we?
When you look at this, we're not.
No.
Perfect for parents to chill out in, while their kids amuse themselves next door, where Mike's new playroom is now unrecognisable.
Oh my God.
Oh, look.
I actually feel speechless.
And room 1 has been turned from a dumping ground for detritus into an appealing and valuable letting room that the Shears can take inspiration from. Merlin Court looks like a whole new hotel. And now it's down to the family to take advantage.
Hi Alex, how are you?
I'm very well. I'm wondering what you think of your new dining room and the playroom.
Oh, it's fantastic, Alex.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm so pleased you're happy. Listen, you know I've got 3 families coming with children to stay with you shortly. There should be some flyers.
Goodness.
I'd like you to try and go out and hand them out to the local attractions that you've started working with. Anywhere that you can think of that you could invite in the same day as I've got the families there.
Okay.
And start generating a bit of excitement.
Yep, definitely. Thank you, we do. Yep.
The Merlin Court in Ilfracombe. For the past 4 months, Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi's been working with the Shears family to transform it from a shambolic shrine to Camelot into a fresh, family-friendly hotel. Now Mike, Helen and Karina must relaunch the new-look facilities.
Lots to do.
They're replicating Alex's designs on a further 2 bedrooms, ready for the arrival of 3 families who will each review their stay.
We just have to burn the midnight oil.
They need to prove they're plugged in to the family market by providing an itinerary of interesting seaside activities.
There's 18 questions there. That's quite interesting. You know, to sort of lead you places you wouldn't normally go.
And they're inviting the locals to a kids' fun day to try and convince them that Merlin Court is the perfect place for families.
Yeah, that's great. We've got a brand new sort of playroom with an area for the adults to sit and chill and have a coffee and that sort of thing.
It's a big job, demanding energy and teamwork.
You said you were doing the bathrooms today and
Yeah.
I was doing the cleaning. Now you want to change because you don't fancy it. I think she's trying to get over doing the bathrooms today. She doesn't want to do them.
The next 24 hours are crucial for the survival of this family business, and I'm hoping against hope that I can see at last that each member of the family can pull together.
Mum does turn into Mumzilla when she's stressed, so it could be an interesting day.
Stage 1 of the relaunch begins with the arrival of the families, who Alex has invited in the hope that they will provide some glowing reviews.
Right, then my dad's got to. I think I need to bring it down.
They desperately need good internet reviews to put them back on the map.
We definitely need good reviews because we did have some really bad ones.
If they fail, they're really going to fall flat on their faces and there's nowhere left to run.
Next morning, it's time for the Shears family to face what could be the most important day in Merlin Court's history.
Right, darlings, this is the big test. I want to see that it's not just a physical transformation, but I want to see that the working unit, really can function together. Smiley, cheerful, happy, very positive, please, and just be charming with everybody.
First to come under scrutiny, Mike's modernised breakfast.
Breakfast is incredibly important for the modern traveller.
Right, you are, yeah? Yeah.
Can I just have fried bread and fried tomatoes, please?
Croissant and a banana.
Quite often it's the only meal they're going to eat in the place where they're staying.
Well, I'm not used to doing all these extra things with it, are we?
Morning.
4 eggs on the go at the moment.
Was this on white toast or brown toast? I've had a few swear words this morning.
It's the last impression they have before they walk out that door, and it's a chance for the hotelier to show generosity and quality. Good morning. Hi. How was your breakfast?
It was lovely, thanks. Very nice.
So, did you like your breakfast?
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I love the sausages.
Next, the 3 families head off to road test the suggested holiday activities.
Okey-dokey. Go on then, guys.
While Mike, Helen and Karina handle last-minute preparation for the family fun day.
That's not going to be enough. We don't want to be running around getting glasses when
Is that
people
all the
arrive.
best glasses we got then, is it?
There's a big Ilfracombe white booth.
Difficult to know whether we're planning for 200 or 20.
I'm looking forward to a glass of wine, frankly.
Ilfracombe Museum here.
Yeah, there's the harbour.
Nice little river here. When I first saw this, I thought this was a golf course.
Ilfracombe's town crier signals the Shears family's last chance to impress.
To welcome you to Ilfracombe's Merlin Court Hotel!
I'm hoping this is going to be a huge success and a launching pad for the new Merlin Court.
There's a chance for the playroom to be put through its paces.
Look at that room, full of kids and full of happy mothers.
Some traditional seaside entertainment. With a not-so-traditional storyline.
By that lady called Alex or whatever. She's been coming into my hotel telling me that I can't cook sausages.
While whining and dining the adults, Alex and the Shears family can flog their hotel for all it's worth.
This is one that Alex made over for us.
Obviously, it's a great place to, for the kids to play and everything, so...
We did a bedroom and they've done another 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
The locals appear to be lapping it up.
Yeah, really good.
It's really lovely to have somewhere like this in Ilfracombe.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I really like the idea of targeting the family, the young family market. I think they'll find a niche.
You know, today has shown me that there are people in Ilfracombe who want to support you, who have enormous goodwill for you. There is business out there. You just have to go and get it.
Merlin Court is in dire need of some magical reviews. To have the 3 families fallen under its spell.
OK, so do you want to hear what your guests in the new bedrooms thought?
Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
There is a common thread, which is that all 3 families felt that they hadn't seen enough of you 2. We didn't see Helen or Queen, just Mike. As a family-run business, maybe we should see more of them as well. Dining area and lounge, again, a huge success. Play area for younger children, fantastic. Listen to this, the breakfast was 110% excellent.
Ooh.
That's good. Full marks to the host. Good itineraries, were very informative as to where to go, what to do. Thank you, well done. We really enjoyed our stay and would recommend it to any family, which is pretty bloody good, I would say. So, every time someone comes here and has a good time, get them to write you something.
Yeah.
You have pulled together, I have seen a difference. I'm very happy with the fact that the rooms have been done. But now you have to keep on that path. And I want you to go forward thinking that this is just the beginning.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, I shall be keeping a beady eye on you from afar.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your help.
My pleasure. I know they've still got a long way to go, but the important thing is they now have 3 good reviews which are going to be posted on internet review sites and which they can use on their own website. And if they go on, they're going to be able to use all this experience as a launch pad for future success.
It's given us a new lease of life, really, to get on and do things and
more energised,
and
more
enjoy
motivated. The future was looking pretty bleak before.
Now we've got a clear vision of the future.
Yeah.
And how it can be if we all pull together. Merlin Court is back on the map.